Sam, how frustrating is it that another home game slips away without a win?
Well, it's very frustrating. I think the when you lead twice in a game at home, you've got to expect to win it. And but there is a reason why, and the big reason why, unfortunately for us, is no central defenders fit, and James Tomkins was a big blow to us. When our only central defender fit today, so our coping mechanisms were we're playing 3 full-backs across the back 4, and in the end we had to play 4 full-backs across the back 4. So 2 of our full-backs were playing central defenders, and I think that in the end has cost us 3 points today. Not that they didn't do their very best, they did, but got caught out on the first one. We didn't have enough aerial height to cope with the second goal because of a loss of our big players who marked those big players for West Brom. We didn't think it was a corner either. But we showed great fighting spirit in the second half, and you know, these lads have had to turn out twice in less than 48 hours and clawed the way back brilliantly to get 3-2 up. The sad thing was not keeping hold of that lead for a few minutes, as we always practice on the training ground every single week without fail, and that's the big disappointment for me. These players forgot how to approach the kick-off that West Brom were going to get to stop the opposition scoring, and because they didn't do it right and because they forgot what they normally do, West Brom punished us, and that's a great shame after a fantastic fight back.
Do you think that comes from anxiety because of the situation you're in?
Anxiety, fatigue, whatever it is, but you can't afford to forget these things at this level. Not if the manager promotes them, not if the manager tells you it's the right thing to do, not if the manager tells you it's what you practice every single week. So you can always see us up at the touchline telling them to focus, telling them I normally put 10 fingers up set to try and remind them, and just that switch off for that few split seconds has you know, has made life so difficult for us, because it's lifted West Brom when we really looked like we had them down and out after that fantastic comeback. But a point's a point. We'll respect it, move on.
In amongst the cup games coming up, you've got Fulham and Cardiff away. I mean, how big are those games now?
Well, the cup doesn't mean anything anymore. I mean, sadly, we've worked our way all the way to the semi-final of the Capital One Cup and the FA Cup, but my need for the position I'm in, which is 100% backed by the owners, is that doesn't matter. What matters is our Premier League status and getting points in that. So as much as we would love to go for those competitions, those become secondary now in our plight at the minute, with not just the fact because of the position where we are, it's because of the huge amount of injuries that are suffered at the minute.
And do you think the business you'll do in January will decide whether you stay up or not?
No, I think the deciding factor will be how quick we get our injured players back. The additions of what we can get in January will help an awful lot. But these players back today that we're missing in this team today, I think we'd have won the game. And I think that from our point of view, when you've got 6-7 injured, it's far too much to cope with it. In saying that, we coped with it masterfully today to have a great result in the end.